Good morning. Welcome to Innovation at the Turn of the Century. I'm Callie Castle.
And I'm Megan Johnston. Today we will be talking about whether rapid industrialization was a curse or a blessing for the United States through the discussion about the creation of a newer working society, capital versus labor, and sanitation.
The first thing we will talk about is the creation of a new working society that includes immigrants, women, and Americans.
The rapid influx of population in the 19th century had both negative as well as positive effects on American society.
One blessing this gave to American society is that it brought immigrants to America and granted them new jobs.
Another blessing is that the growth in the working population enabled manufacturers to produce more products and helped to advance the economy of the nation.
Industrialization helped to give women opportunities to work and earn wages like their male counterparts. This can be seen in Sadie Frown's interview for the Independent magazine in 1902.
Frown's interview discusses the life of a 16-year-old girl trying to survive and prosper in industrial America.
Some downsides to the rapid growth in the American workforce were that nativism and racism grew as a result of the migration of more and more immigrants to America. Because of this immigration, the American populace believed that the immigrants were pushing them out of their rightfully given jobs.
Another important aspect of rapid industrialization of the United States is capital versus labor. First, we need to understand what capital and labor are. Capital is wealth in the form of money or assets owned by a person or an organization and is used for starting a company or investing. Labor, on the other hand, is manual workers that were considered as a social class or workforce.
During this time period, there were many conflicts between such workforce unions as the Knights of Labor and big business manufacturers.
The Knights of Labor were headed by Terence V. Powderly in 1887 and helped organize union strikes for higher wages and shorter work hours.
Opposition to the Knights of Labor came from other workers' unions such as the American Federation of Labor, which was headed by Samuel Gompers, a Jewish cigar maker.
Other oppositions to these and other workers' unions were capitalist views and attitudes. In 1894, George Pullman, inventor of the Pullman Palace car, attempted to create a capitalist utopia comprised of equal rights and the opportunity for the charges of daily living to be deducted from normal pay.
During 1871, a rather popular political cartoon named Capital versus Labor depicted two men, one in the life of a laborer and the other in the life of a capitalist. The cartoon reflected the daily attitudes of society in the 1870s.
At last, the time has come to talk about sanitation. It was pretty horrible during industrialization, right, Callie?
You are correct. Before 1895, most of the streets of New York were covered in constant filth. When it would rain, the roads were covered in thick slime, and in dry weather, the roads became especially dusty. Rottenness was everywhere, and the average death rate between 1882 and 1894 was about 26.78 people.
A detailed account about the horrendous conditions of New York are described in New York City's Commissioner George F. Waring Jr.'s report as he attempts to help better the sanitation of the districts. Another first-hand account of the horrible conditions of the slums of New York comes from police reporter Jacob A. Riss.
Riss was shocked and horrified by the absence of privacy, sanitation, playgrounds, and also by the ever-constant presence of dirt, stench, and vermin.
One area in New York was infamously known as the lung block because of the high amount of tuberculosis that tenants acquired.
A quote by Dennis Kearney states, "We are with you in this work. Working men must form a party of their own, take charge of the government, dispose gilded fraud, and put honest toil in power."
This quote demonstrates that the working class wished not to be oppressed by capitalist views and actions. It also shows that the working people wanted to have more equal rights, higher wages, and better working conditions, things that they weren't currently given during industrialization.
The rapid industrialization that occurred during the 19th century had both positive and negative lasting effects on our entire nation.
Thank you for watching Innovation at the Turn of the Century. This is Megan
and Callie
signing off. Have a great rest of your day.
America!